This is the future.
My queen, Mag is finally getting a rework. Digital Extremes did announce that they'll be reworking starter Warframes, including one of my favorite Warframes in the game, Mag. You all see me admiring Mesa and Nidus every time. But for those OG fans of Team Grind, then you all know that I'm a big sucker also for Mag. Just because players are saying she's bad doesn't mean that it's true. Mag is an underrated Warframe, and I can say that the only players that understand her is the ones who truly plays her. You see, Mag is always recognized because of how amazing she is with her magnetize ability that can pull enemies together and kill them easily with any gun that has high to infinite punch through. Well, that's not the case of the new Hystrix Prime, by the way. Any guns with high punch through can synergy well with this ability, and the damage build up on the bubble, and once it exploded, it will turn into a nuking ability. Without a doubt, Magnetize is the most loved ability by players who plays in survival endurance runs. But this is not the case always for those who are Mag fanatics. OG players, Mag mains will tell you that if you have just witnessed Greedy pull Mag before, then you'll end up being a Mag main also. I did not tried it, but veteran players I know said to me once that Mag is meta in the past. It was the craze of farming meta, as it can bypass the 50 mod limit because it constantly pulls mods close to other players. It can pull enemies into other Warframes skill range. Greedy pull is being used both in dedicated farming setups and random interception farming. You can queue up for a random Drake or Cerberus interception, and there's a good chance that you'll get a Mag with Greedy pull in your team in the past farming mods and other resources that you need in the game. Somehow, Greedy pull Mag also synergies well with the Mesa in the past. Some time ago, Mag's Greedy pull augment for her pull ability would not only pull items to you for your client but also the rest of your squad. This was nerfed a long time ago to remove her synergy with Mesa when farming affinity on Draco. Since then, Mesa has been changed, and the old Greedy Mag was replaced by a Trinity spamming energy vampire, who does what Greedy Mag used to do but even better. That's the case long time ago for Mag's first ability with the Greedy pull augment, but right now, I think it's kind of absolute. Sure, you can use it with other Helminth combos, like pulling enemies in Limbo's Rift, but the point here is it's not as effective when using it with Mag. You can argue that it's a cheap way to crowd control, but the way Warframe works now, the things added to gain energy make the ability obsolete, as you can just use your fourth ability to crowd control and then gain a shield that you can use for shield gating survivability. In my opinion, this is one of the aspects of Mag that needs rework. Remove pull and replace it with something more useful for Mag. But the big question is, what else to put in Mag? You see, they have reworked Mag several times in the past, but it only leads to one issue, and that is survivability for those new to playing Mag. Her kit is not synergetic, I can give you that, but each of her abilities play a vital role in crowd control, survivability, and utility. In my opinion, Mag doesn't need a full rework but just simple changes on her kit to make her more newbie friendly. But I would advise removing pull, so that they can add a more newbie friendly ability for Mag. Maybe another source of survivability, or crowd control, or something that translates to Mag being Mag and that is the queen of magnetism. Pull can do the job, but it gets overshadowed by Crush that does a better job in crowd control. Also, because they have removed the utility of pull with the augment, it becomes really obsolete that it's the slot for Helminth or Subsume abilities right now. They shouldn't be touched the main usability of Magnetize at all, but must tweak its protective capability, and they just need to make a little tweak to her Polarize ability. Polarize depletes the armor and shield of enemies touched by it, but the defense depletion is nothing admirable compared to Pillage ability. The idea of a full armor strip Mag is to do a decent 80% armor strip fracturing Crush, and then, doing at least 2 or 3 Polarize will strip all armor of an enemy, but that's only armor. Pillage can strip 100% of the enemy's defense now, given that you have all the arcanes and power strength mods. Also, there are other ways of stripping defenses right now, like the Unaru focus that doesn't have travel time or even takes a lot of casting to strip all defense. I would suggest that if they will improve Polarize, then they begin with buffing the armor and shield strip of the ability. But I don't know if Digital Extremes will agree to this, knowing that Polarize has this augment called Counterpulse that jams enemy weapons and disables robotic enemies for a set duration. It would be stupid and overpowered if you think about it, having the ability like Pillage, and Counterpulse doing some great crowd control at the same time. Magnetize protective capability on the other hand needs a big rework to be even a good feature for Magnetize in my opinion. Digital Extremes did add a secondary function to Magnetize wherein all projectiles and bullets caught within range around Mag are absorbed by the singularity, and their damage is then multiplied and added to the total damage stored. I think the range is mediocre, and the implementation is worst for this secondary function. It would be better if they'll make it like Nyx's absorbability, but instead of completely making the Warframe invulnerable from damage, it will only absorb bullets. Just think of this. Imagine a protective feature of Magnetize wherein you can lure every bullet thrown by enemies and then you can throw it in location after it accumulates damage. I think this is the whole concept of the protective feature of Magnetize, but it wasn't properly implemented. Like I have said, the range is mediocre and instead of protecting Mag, it makes Mag helpless against enemy fire. Speaking of Mag being helpless, I think they should also consider giving a bit more survivability for this Warframe on her first ability. Some sort of coating wherein you can repel melee attackers would increase the survivability of Mag by tenfolds against infested units. Mag is great against corpus and armored units, but I sometimes get wasted by infested units because they all have those energy leech and annoying infested that rushes straight forward into Mag. While Crush is a pretty solid ability, it takes time to cast and other melee infested will just rush towards Mag. While I'm very excited about the news that Mag will get another rework, and somehow, it's even more exciting because we know the works of Pablo in terms of reworking Warframes are amazing. However, I just hope that they don't do a full rework on Mag because she's really in a good spot if you know how to play her. She just needs a couple of tweaks in my opinion rather than a complete rework on a Warframe. Now, I would like to know your opinion about this in the comment section below. Do you think Mag needs a complete rework? Or do you agree with all the suggestions I have said in this video? Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.